Hello dear friends, in our previous video, we have discussed about the silent features of class Amphibia and its classification upward. In this video, we're going to discuss about the parental care in Amphibia. As we know that the amphibians are the first animal which show transition from aquatic mode of life to terrestrial mode of life. So they show dual life. And they are today represented by three order Apoda, order Urodela, and order Anura. Animals shows great diversity in parental care. Perhaps no group shows great diversity in parental care as shown in amphibians. But the question arises that what is parental care? Parental care is defined as a looking after the eggs or the young until they are independent to defend from predators is known as parental care. And this parental care is important for the survival of the animal. In the case of amphibians, this parental care is broadly categorized into two categories. The first one is the protection by nest, nurseries, or shelter, and second one is the direct caring by parents. So this amphibian shows interesting ways to protect their defenseless eggs and tadpole larvae. The first category, protection by nest, nurseries, or shelter. In this category, the first way is the selection of site. Many amphibians do not lay eggs in water. They lay eggs on moist land or in the leaves or branches of the trees which is present near the water body. For example, in the case of Philomedusa and Rhacophorus, they glue the eggs to the leaves which is hanging over the water body and the tadpole form directly drop to the water. The second way is the defending eggs and territories. In this type of parental care, the amphibians guard their territories and do not allow any intruder to enter inside their territories. The examples are, for example, the males of green frog, Rana clematis, defend territories. And in the case of Mentophyline robusta, male and female sits over and hold the eggs. The next way of parental care in amphibia, that is direct development. In this case, the development is direct, means there is no formation of larva. So in this way, the larval motility is prevented. The examples are terrestrial tree frog, Eleutherодactylus, Hylodus, and Hyla nebulosa shows direct development. The next way is the foam nest. In this case, the parents secretes mucus which form foam nest in which they lay their eggs. For example, Japanese tree frog, Rhacophorus cagle, and South American tree frog, Leptodactylus mistaceans form such type of foam nest. The next type of nest is the mud nest. In this case, for example, in the case of Brazilian tree frog, Hyla fabri, the male dig a mud nest of 30 centimeter diameter, and this nest is 5 to 8 centimeter deep to protect their defenseless eggs and tadpole. The next type of nest is the tree nest. In this case, the example is South American tree frog, Philomedusa hypochondrylus. The female lay eggs on the leaves of the trees and glue the margins of the leaves to protect the eggs. The next type of is the gelatinous bag. The example is Phrenelexilus biroi, where the large eggs are enclosed in a sausage-shaped gelatinous membrane bag, which is transparent and left in the water body. In the same case, Salamandra, they also deposited 50 to 60 eggs in gelatin, such type of gelatinous bags. The next category of the parental care in amphibia, which is direct caring by parents. The first way is the coiling around eggs. In this case, the parents, for example, in the case of Congoid, Amphiuma, and Caecilians, Ichthyophis, the female lay eggs on the dump soil and guard the eggs by coiling around it until they hatch. The next way of direct caring by parents is a transferring tadpole to water, which is shown by small frogs like Philobatus and Pilobatus. In this case, the hatched tadpole fastens the back of the parent by their sucker mouth, and this parent transfer this tadpole to the water. The next way of the direct caring by parents is the eggs glued to body. In this type of parental care, the parents do not guard the eggs. They directly glue the eggs to the body. For example, in the case of Demogenetus fuscus, commonly called as dusky salamander, the eggs are around the neck of the female. In the case of European midwife toad, Elatus obstetricans, the male entangles the eggs around his hind legs. The third example is the Rhacophorus reticulatus, commonly called as Sri Lankan tree frog. The eggs are glued to the belly region. The next way of direct caring by parents, that is the eggs in the back pouches. In the case of marsupial frogs or toad, for example, in the case of Hyla goldie, females carry eggs on her back of the body, either open oval depression or in the closed pouches. Very interesting parental care shown by this Suriname toad, Pipa, where the back of the female becomes soft and gelatinous, and the male presses this fertilized egg over it. And the development takes place inside this back pouch, brood pouch, which is act like a brood pouch. And the toad directly come outside from it. When metamorphosis also occur inside this brood pouches, and the toad come outside from this pouch. The next way of parental care is the organs as brooding pouch. The examples are the male of South American Darwin's frog, Rhinoderma darwini. In this case, the vocal sacs have two fertilized eggs. And in the case of Anthroleptis, the tadpole is present in the mouth of the male. So here, the organs are act as a brooding pouch. The next type of parental care direct by the caring by parents is the viviparity. Now in this case, there are annulants which are ovoviviparous, means they directly give birth to the young ones. The examples are African toad, Nectopharynioids, and Pseudophryni, where the female are ovoviviparous. And in the case of European salamander, Salamandra salamandra, the female give birth to 20 or more young ones. So these amphibians shows very interesting ways to care their eggs, to care their larvae. And some of the amphibians, they are avoiding laying eggs, and they show direct development or they show ovoviviparity. So these are the references which we can use for this topic, that is Modern Textbook of Zoology Vertebrates by R.L. Kotpal and Chordate Zoology by E.L. Jordan. Thank you very much for watching this video.